Hello and welcome to the PC Gaming Vortex. My name is Hikaro and I am joined today by Gallows, and we are going to be visiting the most requested game that we've ever had on our channel. Basically, since far back as I can remember, people are constantly asking us to play more DC Universe Online. It is our most viewed video series and our most popular video series, and because of that, people want us to play the villain side, as we've already played the hero side. So as I played the hero side, as you guys know, with Dark Relic, I'm going to play the villain side with Gallows. We're going to jump in, play the villain side, and have some fun. This is my first time on the villain side, and I believe this is also Gallows' first time on the villain side. Is that correct?
That is correct. And it's been a long time, by the way, too, so we may be rusty.
Yeah, neither one of us has actually played in a while. As you know, we play a lot of games as we research for the channel and such, so we haven't been to this game for a while. I do have I guess you could say, a fond memory of this game. I do enjoy this game quite a bit.
We've got a live one.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the tutorial again. We went through this in the other series, but it's a little bit different when you're playing with a villain. Instead of having Oracle walking you through, you've got Calculator walking you through, which is cool that they kind of change it up.
The ship knows you're awake, ready to fight your way out.
Okay, so what we did is I made a character kind of similar to my other characters, I'm sure you guys will notice, but I used the newest power set at the time. So the newest power set is Rage. It is the Red Lantern power set. I believe it's the powers of Atrocitus. And I don't have a lot of experience with it. I read some stuff on it, kind of saw the basics of it, played around with it a little bit, but I don't have a character over level 3 with this power set. So we're going to learn together, see what it's like, see the pros and cons. What power set did you decide to go with there, Gallows?
I went with the mental hand fist. The hand blaster.
Very cool. Very cool. Is that like a focus on controller or healer or damage? Do you know what its base is?
I pretty much went for controller.
Okay.
Using mental power, so
Very cool.
basically very different from my last character, so it should be different and fun.
Should be fun. I know with the old series, we spent a lot of time teaching the game, a lot of tutorial elements, a lot of walking people through things. If you are new to the game and you would like to get some help with the game mechanics, the ins and outs, the instances, knowing your way around, things like that, feel free to jump into our original DC Universe Online series, which is a tutorial series, and we'll be taking you through step by step. I will ensure that I put an annotation to that and a link in the description. This series, we're gonna have some fun with it. Like I said, this was highly requested, so we're gonna jump in and we're just gonna go ahead and do the villain thing. I'm not really sure what the basis for Rage is, if its root role is in damage or if it's in support, but we will find out. I would assume that you could probably go either controller or you can go damage roll by looking at the power set. Okay, so let's look at the first power. So Rage Blast. So it's basically you hit a target with a concentrated energy blast, damaging and knocking it down. You receive healing equal to the portion of damage dealt. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's in the anger tree. Now the punishment tree, Rage Bringer. I have a feeling I'm going to like the names of these powers. These are pretty cool. So smother your target and nearby enemies in rage energy, damaging and dragging them towards you. You receive healing equal to the portion of the damage dealt. I wonder if that healing thing is a pattern with powers with this power set. But let's go with this, since I am martial artists. I have martial arts as a power set. The idea of pulling them towards me sounds very useful. Definitely sounds useful. We should be able to get through this tutorial pretty quick. It's not too incredibly long.
I can't wait to see your guy too. We haven't seen each other's characters here
yeah,
yet. So.
we wanted on-screen reactions. So I have not seen his hero or his villain, excuse me, and he has not seen mine. So we'll see. My assumption is his design is probably better than mine. My guys always look the same. Actually named similar too. I think the last one was Unbridled Fury and this one's Targeted Fury. I'm not very creative when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I know Gallows is, so we should have quite a show when we get there. Okay, let's try this new power. Oh, wow, it hits a bunch of people. That's pretty sick. It, like, grabs them and pulls them towards them. Is it a dot? It looks like it's a dot. We'll have to look a little deeper into exactly how that power works. Oh, okay, so if you're facing only one, it doesn't go to your side. Pretty cool. There we go. A little bit of slow moving trying to get here. There we go. I was actually impressed. There's been quite a bit added to this game since we recorded the original series. The number of DLC packs was very high. There have been, I want to say, 5 or 6 different power sets that came out since they released the original Green Lantern and Yellow Lantern Light power set. There was even a new weapon, Shield, which, well, didn't sound too exciting to me. I mean, maybe Shield and Sword would be cool, but I guess they were going Captain America and a DC. I can't really think of any DC characters that just did Shield. But it's cool. I mean, I'm glad that they are releasing new things. I know that there's a new DLC set coming out called Amazon Fury. I don't know much more about it than that, but I do know it's called Amazon Fury. Okay, so a quick reminder, I will do one tutorial thing. Do not forget to lock your look before you put on equipment. That is very important. If you don't lock your look, every piece of gear you put on is going to change your costume. I don't personally care for changing my costume that way. I will change it if I get something cool looking, but I'll just look at them all later because it collects it in the costume tab. So there we go. Yeah, it looks like the tutorial is the exact same thing except for the calculator doing the talking. And I know the person at the end that comes in to help you isn't Superman in this one, so that's different also. I should probably mention that the mentor that Gallows and I chose was Lex Luthor. So we're doing Luthor in this one. We did Gotham for Heroes, so we're going to do Metropolis for Villains. Should have changed it up a little bit. I like how before you get all your stuff unlocked, the battles look kind of chaotic. I'm just jumping all over the place. I like that power. It looks really cool. I will give that credit. It does look cool. There we go. Is that all of them? Nope, here's more.
Brace yourself. More security's coming your way.
Did Calculator just warn me after the security guys were already attacking me? Careful, there's security coming your way. I know, they're punching me in the face as we speak.
Wonderful. My readings show a full-scale invasion force aboard. We have to destroy this ship.
There we go. I think the next part, yeah, teaches us all the different attack types. So if you are a DCUO player that is watching this video that has played around with the Rage power set, or for that matter the Mental power set that Gallows is using, and you have any tips for us, feel free to leave them in the comment section. This is a new power set to the two of us. We did a little bit of research, but hey, we can use some tips from the experts. It's always good. Or if you know anything cool that was released in the last few DLC packs that we can check out, let us know.
Systems failing.
We're always open to suggestions.
Damage sustained.
There we go, got those three. So now it is, oh, jump attack.
Initiate combat. Critical damage.
The last one is the right click. Yeah.
Target coordinates transferred. Initiate
Wonder what my right click is for martial arts. Am I throwing like ninja stars? It looks like it.
performance impaired. Minor damage.
There we go. Oh, I got a feat. 25 hits on the hit counter.
Objective in sight. Alpha Protocol engaged.
There we go. Okay, so I believe this is a weapon skill. Yep. Okay, gives me a launch.
Damage to this vessel continues to mount. All units destroy the SAV immediately. Contain the human.
That rage thing hits the guys pretty hard. The basic guys just kind of get taken out by it automatically. I gotta get better at aiming exactly who I want to hit with it. My guess is it's the direction of the camera that dictates how that works.
What are you doing in here?
Excellent voice acting.
The main gun is just ahead. Destroy it, and the blowback will disrupt the ship's shields. Then we can get on board and shut this down.
So if I remember right, your mana bar or power bar, or what they call it in this game, it goes back up based off of your combo meter, your hit meter? Is that right? Do you remember?
Other than collecting the resource, correct?
What do you mean by collecting the resource?
I think it generates the whatever the controller produces now, because I think back in the day it's changed a little bit in the sense that the controller basically makes a resource that the healers need. At least that was the way it was explained to me after the fact, because before then they didn't, the mechanics weren't in effect that it worked that way, but it was adjusted later, I believe. So it's basically kind of the rock paper scissor in a sense that you have the resources the healer needs and the controller produces, and then obviously the healer heals for the DPS and things. So it kind of goes round and round a little bit.
That's cool. That is very cool. I look forward to when we unlock roles a little
You're
later
in.
so we can see
Destroy
that in action.
whatever is connecting the gun to the ship.
I do remember that anybody...
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the groups.
Yeah.
And how the power sets change. It's very unique. I really haven't seen anything else that kind of does that, to where when you're on your own, you do your own thing, but when you want a group, you can choose your role accordingly. I think that's very cool concept.
That is something that you don't see very often, where your role isn't dictated by your class necessarily. I mean, they have a base role, but you can play any role with any class. For example, if you're a controller-based power set, you still have damage, I guess you could say subsets of those powers, where it will have an additional effect if you are in damage role, so you can be a viable damage dealer. I like that. It makes it to where a group of friends will never be without what they need, without having to pick, you know. They're not pigeonholed into specific classes to meet the needs of the group. I like that. You know, like, well, we need a tank, so I guess I got to play a tank. That whole thing. You don't have to do that. Play the guy you want and just play the role when you're needed. I'm sure there are some that are better at being tanked than others, and some that are better at being healing than others, but from what I can tell, each is viable to a certain point.
Yeah, you're gonna have to excuse us on our lingo too, because we are way rusty, and that, I think, this is the first thing that goes is remembering all the lingo and the terminology that the game uses. It's kind of like, yeah, mana, what is that?
Yeah, exactly. Well, mana, power, whatever this specific game decides to call it. Feel free to correct us in the comment section. I do read all the comments, so it will let us know going forward that what the actual terms are if we don't figure them out as we play.
You will go down with this ship.
I did play this game quite a bit. Originally, I enjoyed it a lot. It's just been a while.
You there! Help me fend off Brainiac's spawner.
Looks like Luther.
Well, I'll tell you right now, the intro of this game is what sold it for me, because the story of the actual reasoning behind the players and the superpowers and the villains and the heroes, I just thought was totally cool and unique, and how they ran it in the story. So I was sold from the get-go.
I agree. The concept of Luther coming back in time after he messed everything up to bring the powers back, take out Brainiac. It's really cool. It really brings, you know, common enemy to the villains and the heroes. Even though as a villain you're still fighting the heroes, the bosses are the heroes a lot of the time. It's cool. It definitely gives you a common story with all players where you're going after Brainiac. And from what I hear, I guess later DLC brings in other villains other than Brainiac, which is cool. I know some of it has to do with the Green Lantern core, and it sounds very intriguing. Hopefully we'll get to try that stuff.
Deploy my remaining forces to Earth.
This looks like complete chaos.
The ship has been compromised. All units
There's just
must
guys exploding
evacuate.
everywhere. I think that robot just told me I was out of my league. Or was that Lex talking to one of the robots? That might have been Lex talking to one of the robots.
The other thing I forgot about this game going through the tutorial was all the barrels and stuff and the unique effects that they had. I thought that was a really cool aspect of the game as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely
the
a
stuff
fan
that
of
you
that
throw, and
I've hacked it.
I really dug that.
Brainiac.
No, I agree.
Alien intelligence
Oh.
determined steal
Cinematics all pixelated. I wonder why.
until a broken man with my face came from the future and released the key to my triumph. New villains armed with Earth's strongest powers.
I think it's on fast forward.
With them, I will take back my planet for humanity.
It is on
Who
fast
stands
forward.
in my way?
That's pretty funny.
I am Lex Luthor. May the best
Ah.
man win.
I think it just played that at 2 times speed. That is hilarious. Oh well, we had already seen that. The only difference in that cinematic is that it's Luthor speaking instead of Batman in our previous. Okay, I should be loading into whatever home base is for the villains. Nightclub? Nightclub. I should have known. Okay, let's see. So, let us do what it's telling us to do, which is safe house vendors. Up here is my assumption. Discovered vendors, I was right. Safe house mailroom. There we go. Speak with Agent Temperance. I have mail. Let's grab that. Little something from calculator. Okay. That works. Put the mask on. Oh, I also have to do this. For those of you that have played in the past or have watched our old series, know that I have a few things to claim here. We'll grab that. We'll grab that. We'll grab the red energy ones, and then the Vanguard is a skin that I won't use on this character. There we go. Okay. So it unlocked that. There we go. Red Lantern, I gotta use Red Lantern weapons. And I gotta have my trusty little Joker blimp. Okay, Agent Temperance. Should be right down here as I fly into walls. I'm a rookie villain, I still have to learn.